From classic shaves to triple milled soaps, iconic scents and packaging, and even hotel spa experiences, you have to incorporate Claus Porto into your next visit to Portugal. I'm here in Lisbon at Claus Porto's store in Chiado. As a travel journalist and a men's grooming journalist, Claus Porto is this amazing intersection of the two things that I love to cover most. That's because it is so easy to experience this legacy soap making label right here in Portugal, and to bring it home to your friends and family. Hey, you can also just get it online, but you know, when in Portugal. Claus Porto's heritage goes back to the late 1800s. In the early decades, its artisanal triple milled soaps, rich aromatic blends, and elegant graphic packaging set new standards in luxury grooming. Loved by European elites, these products were gifts, keepsakes, and symbols of refinement. That's in large part because Claus Porto has always invested in its own printing and illustrations, rather than outsourcing its packaging. That has led to decades of richly patterned Art Deco and Belle Epoque inspired wrappers that have turned everyday soap bars into miniature works of art. And a century later, that legacy still defines Portugal's most iconic scent and skincare brand. So how does that translate to the in-store experience? Dozens of beautifully scented triple milled soaps, as well as liquid soaps, lotions, fragrances, and for my men's audience out there, Claus Porto's men's line, Musgo Real, is entirely built around the men's grooming experience, starting with the shave. The Musgo Real line first launched nearly a century and a half ago, in 1887 to be exact, and it quickly became one of Portugal's defining masculine scents, and a staple for generations of barbers and households here in Portugal. Musgo Real today has shave soaps and creams, beard oils, aftershave balms, as well as iconic bar soaps. Some of them soap on a rope, plus fragrances and more. You'll probably see Claus Porto all around your visit to Portugal. They feature in many hotel amenities as well as every gift shop that retails the very best Portuguese makers. And of course, they have their own storefronts, 2 here in Lisbon, as well as their flagship in Porto. It's very easy to come sniff your way through Claus Porto's fragrances, soaps, shave creams, lotions, and to find a perfect souvenir for yourself or a gift for somebody back home. And back to Musgo Real, one of the experiences that you can book in both Lisbon and Porto is a luxurious shave. If it's your first time with the brand, I'd say default to the classic Musgo Real scent, the truly timeless barbershop aroma. But I'm really into their Alto Mar scent. It's a fresh aquatic line, so I tend to choose that one. We'll post a video of the entire shave too, in case you want to watch the whole process. I also want to highlight how these soaps are made. We visited their factory just outside of Porto, at the headquarters of Claus Porto's parent company, Ach Brito, which is itself a legacy soap-making brand here in Portugal. Here's how they mill, press, and package each bar of soap, specifically the Musgo Real soap on a rope, which again is one of my favorite things to recommend as a souvenir or gift. So everything starts with these soap noodles, as they call them. For all Ach Brito lines of soap, this is how it goes. This is your base, but with Claus Porto and their Musgo Real line, you get higher levels of milling, of nourishing ingredients, and of those signature scents. Everything goes into the mixer, and those mixing times vary depending on the color of the soap. So darker colors equals more time, lighter colors, less time. That's because the soap base is white, so it has to churn longer and longer to achieve the color. So it's anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. The second step is milling, and milling, and milling. The third step is extraction. Basically, they have to take out the air from that mass. This is key to the soap's density, longevity, and ability to preserve fragrance over time. To achieve this, they form this big noodle again, and then the blades cut them so that they start looking like a bar of soap. Then they get compressed and they poke a hole for that rope to eventually go inside. There's this 40-centimeter screw that pierces each brick of soap. Then they insert the rope. You can see that bare rope here, going in. And at last, the stamping of the logo. Something interesting about the colors and the quality control that they do on each bar of soap, when you stamp a white soap, you don't see scratches. On a darker color though, especially on a bar of black soap, you see every single touch. So every soap gets checked for perfection. Scratched ones get reintroduced and remilled. Then is the cooling process. It's 2 days minimum. Oh, and here's another aspect of this brand that elevates it above the rest. They hand wrap each soap individually in vegetable paper and paper boxes. No plastics, all done manually, all checked for perfection. And there you have the finished Musgo Real soap on a rope. This thing will last you weeks in the shower, by the way. That triple milling, it plays a long game. Another fantastic way to experience Claus Porto in Portugal is through their hotel partnerships. Although you'll find their soaps in tons of hotels across the country, the brand itself has current partnerships with the Rebelo in Porto, well, technically on the Gaia side of the river looking at the beautiful Porto riverfront, as well as the Lumiares in Lisbon, atop the hill in Chiado. Both hotels have spa packages that incorporate Claus Porto products into the experience. In Lisbon at Lumiares, they have a recovery treatment that can help you rebound from jet lag or from walking around Lisbon's 7 steep hills. And at the Rebelo in Porto, after you make your way up and down every hill across the bridge, this spa is a reset, and you can stock up on the Claus Porto essentials. And should you visit their flagship store in Porto, well, let me rephrase that. You should visit their flagship store in Porto. It's on the iconic Rua das Flores. This beautiful space also showcases the entire history of the brand through its nearly 140 years. So just head upstairs at their Porto flagship and you can trace the path of Claus Porto going from local soap maker to global design icon. There are archival posters, labels, and packaging sitting alongside tools, objects, and timelines that showcase how the craftsmanship, graphics, and Portuguese heritage have shaped its identity. It's an intimate walk through the evolution behind the bold patterns and luxurious soaps that you see throughout the brand today. And hey, if I can make some product recommendations for you, let's do that right here. I will do some Musgo Real for the guys, but let's start with the ladies first. These soap minis are an easy layup for anybody who hosts a lot of visitors and needs a 3-day bar of soap in the guest bathroom. And let me tell you now, moms love these. This citrusy green baño fragrance is a staple. It's probably the one that you're going to find in a lot of hotels throughout Portugal too. And if you're shopping for a scent from the ladies, look, they're all fantastic and they're all technically genderless, but for the women, the bestseller is Clementina. It is lavender, orange blossom. It's so vibrant and fresh. They will love this one. And now for the men, for the Musgo Real line, these mini soaps and mini scents give you a chance to experience everything in the lineup. I'd also suggest pairing those with the shave brush, the shave bowl, and shave soap for yourself or for the guy in your life. I would be remiss not to endorse the entire Musgo Real classic scent line of products across those shave soaps, oils, and the iconic soap on a rope, and even the fragrance. If you build your whole grooming routine around this line, it is a fantastic way to streamline everything into one iconic scent. Patchouli, neroli, musk, lavender, vetiver is their legacy classic for a reason. However, few things are as sleek and sophisticated as the Black Edition lineup. They have a shave cream and even a solid shampoo, a beard oil, bar soap, soap on a rope, and fragrance. It has similar notes as the classic in the base with patchouli and vetiver, but it also has cocoa, nutmeg, tonka bean, bergamot, and juniper berries. So it's got a lot more heft. You have to consider the brand's newest best seller. It's the classic 22 scent. This lineup is bergamot, mint, cedarwood. It is outpacing all of their others quickly. And again, my favorite is the Alto Mar fragrance. It's got marine notes, absinthe, tonka, cashmere. It is so invigorating. Again, if you are coming to Lisbon or Porto, you have to stop by these stores. But in the meantime, yeah, you can get them online. Thank you everybody for watching, and thank you Claus Porto for opening your doors to us to tell your story. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more men's grooming content from all around the world. You can also visit grooming.tips to read our articles, subscribe to our free men's grooming newsletter, and our men's grooming podcast, SPIFFY. All the links are in the show notes as well. All right, take care, and as they would say in Portugal, até o próximo vídeo.